Now we're going to talk about, because it takes such little time, spec, and why I went into certain things. Uh, like, here's my arms. Some people go into tactical mastery. I don't because of the way it's worded, and I don't switch stances that often. Um, you retain up to an additional 25 rage when you switch stances. Uh, it just allows you to keep 25 rage when you switch stances. If you have more than that and it goes down to 20, it'll go down to 25. If you have less than that, it's not, it's pointless. Like, and I rage dump so much that I'm not gonna have more than that too often. Just don't go into it. It's not worth it for me. I put one in Drums of War because I took it out of sweeping strikes, and I did this because one of the recent patches really nerfed the way I use sweeping strikes, like, because all I used it for was like with my Blade Storm macro, so I would do more damage when Blade Storming. So that freed up a glyph spot, which we'll talk about in a minute. So and the talent point, so I put it in Drums of War and make my pummels cheaper. Sometimes I was not able to pummel because I didn't have the rage. It's quite frustrating and stupid. Um, and as I mentioned earlier, I got improved slam because I slam. I slam because it's on, like, it's not on the global cooldown. It's with heroic strike, I think, on that cooldown. So I've got it, like I mentioned earlier, in a cast sequence with my overpower. So right after I overpower, hit the same key and I'll do a slam. I don't go into insight because insight only it doesn't increase the damage. It just makes your next crit uh, uh, or your next heroic strike guaranteed crit, which, you know, whatever. For me, it's not that great. It's not more damage so much as the improved slam is, because it's shorter cast time and increased damage by 20. So I just don't do it. It's just a rage dump anyway. I don't do it that often. Screw that talent. People who spec insight and don't slam at all, you can have it. I go into blood craze here because just survivability reasons. I used to go into battle trance because of the opportunity to just get a free cast, or a free mortal strike or something. But I couldn't do it. Like, if I was gonna go into slam, I just couldn't do it. So whenever I went into the slam, I just dropped it. And as a warrior in PvP, you have to have piercing howl. If you don't have it, you're kind of a noob. If you don't have piercing howl and you PvP as a warrior, you're a noob. You need it. That's just all there is to it. Because we have a hard enough time staying on target. If you don't have it and you're not using it to slow people so you can get on them easier, then you're just spending the whole arena match or BG slightly behind, just slightly out of range for any of your skills. And you can't have that. So, piercing how you can get on them. Yeah. Everything else in the arms tree I've got everything except for missing 1 point in Drums of War. I'm missing sweeping strikes and no tactical mastery. Because you need all this shit. You need deep wounds. You need second wind for when you're stunned. If you don't have second wind and you're fighting a rogue, you're gonna have problems. You're gonna be way worse off I go into blitz because of the secondary stun. Like if they're close enough together and you can stun them, you know, that's great. And the additional rage is super, because I think without this I would just be rage starved. You know, you have to go into field dressing. If you're not into going into field dressing, your self heals are going to be shit. You know, you're not going to get anything back as far as health for your victory rushes, or your enraged generation, or you know, your blood craze proc, or your second wind proc. You know, it's less healing all around. And so if you don't have that, so you have to have it. Absolutely have to have it. You have to have this, you have to have impale, you have to have improved hamstring. If you don't have that, it's like piercing how. If you don't have it and you're a warrior in PvP, you're a noob. You need to change that. You need to get improved hamstring. It's just all there is to it. Because yeah, if you're in an arena and you're in a 2 situation and you want to keep somebody from hopping and jumping all over the damn place, and you just used your throwdown to interrupt the healer or something like that, you can improve hamstring him, pop your one-shot macro, you know, the recklessness, and just fuck him up, you know. So you have to have that. You have to have deadly calm. I see a few people on my stupid server don't have deadly calm. They're retarded. You have to have that. You have to have sudden death. Seeing people without sudden death, it's fucking retarded, because it procs all the time, and Colossus Smash helps you do a shitload of damage. Must have. Lots of PvEers skip throwdown. They'll use the same damn spec in PvP, and that's retarded. You have to have throwdown. Lambs of Slaughter, that's key. That's the most key thing to warrior damage. Like, if you don't have that, you're not ever going to pull more than 10k damage in a PvE situation, or you know, you'll probably never do more than 2 million damage in a battleground. It's just a must-have. You have to have it. You don't have it, you'll never see the big crits of over 20k on people. Wrecking Crew. Mortal Strike crits to enrage you. Yeah. So you have to have it. You have to have Wrecking Crew if you're ever going to see enraged generation pop up for use. Because you have to be enraged in order to use enraged generation. You're not ever going to get there without this talent, unless you use Berserker Rage. But if you use Berserker Rage just to pop in Rage Regeneration, and then like some Warlock fucking fears you, you can't break that shit because it's on cooldown. So yeah, that's what you gotta do. Gotta go into this. Mortal Strike, you know, it'll crit all the time. When you need it to, it won't though. But but it crits all the time. So you gotta have that for the off chance when you need it. Your Mortal Strike will fucking crit, and you'll be able to use Enrage Generation. Anyway, talking too much about shit that's obvious, I think. But this is the how I spec. I'm working on like a PvE where I don't slam. I get free pummels, no improved hamstring, and I use Blood and Thunder. But yeah, I like never PvE, so I've not even like keybound all that shit. I haven't even set any of that up. So I think I just did that so I have an excuse to never go prot for like an RBG, cause I just tell people I don't have the spec. Problem solved. Anywho, this is the end of the video, or this section anyway. thanks for watching. Please like and favorite and all that stuff, and help my channel grow to maybe get more than, I'd like to see more than 100 subscribers, like within a few months. That would so be awesome for me. Anyway, thanks for watching.